d'accento e di pensiero.
People praise those with bright eyes to see through the world. But Andrea Bocelli instead conquered humanity by living in eternal darkness. Today, international newspaper fronts simultaneously exploded with shocking news regarding a new turning point in his career at the age of 67.
Absolutely not. Nobody could imagine anything like this would ever have happened. But it happened.
Standing at the peak of fame with a fortune of hundreds of millions of dollars, few people know that his life conceals a series of fierce media storms, from political boycott pressures down to the most fiercely controversial statements in the history of art. What is the truth behind these hot headlines? Let us together decode the entirety right now. On September 20, 1958, Andrea Bocelli was born in the village of Lahatico, situated about 40 kilometers south of the city of Pisa, within the Tuscany region of Italy. His parents, Alessandro and Eddie Bocelli, managed an agricultural machinery business while simultaneously directly participating in the production of local traditional wine. Right from the stage before birth, complex medical complications appeared when the mother encountered serious health problems. According to information records noted in the newspaper, the Guardian doctors at that time made a diagnosis regarding potential congenital defects and put forward a recommendation to terminate the pregnancy to ensure safety for the mother. The family resolutely refused this option. During several public appearances, the male artist shared back that historic decision with the declaration, "That brave young woman decided not to have an abortion, and the child was born. That woman is precisely my mother, and I am precisely that child." Right from birth, Andrea Bocelli was diagnosed with congenital glaucoma, a hereditary ophthalmic pathology, causing vision to decline severely from the earliest days of life. The process of his growing up was tied closely to many rounds of medical treatment at specialized facilities and continuous ophthalmic surgeries aimed at maintaining limited vision. During this period, music began to appear as a special mental stimulating element. According to accounts from the family side, sound and melody were the sole methods capable of soothing crying fits and bringing psychological stability to the young boy when facing physical pains. At the age of 6, Bocelli began receiving the first basic piano lessons under professional guidance. Curiosity towards sound quickly pushed him to expand into many different musical instruments, including flute, saxophone, trumpet, trombone, guitar, and drums. A milestone-shaping musical orientation took place when Nanny Oriana brought a record by legendary singer Franco Corelli. The sound from this artist heavily impacted the boy's consciousness. By the age of 7, Bocelli already possessed the capability to recognize famous vocalists on recordings and independently carry out the simulation of pitch and nuances of veteran legendary singers. The serious turning point carrying the nature of changing his entire life trajectory took place in 1970, when Bocelli turned 12 years old. During a school football match, a strong collision caused the ball to strike straight into the eye area, causing intracranial damage and eyeball hemorrhage. The medical system at that time applied many emergency measures, but all efforts did not bring results. The consequence of this incident was that Andrea Bocelli officially lost his vision entirely and permanently stepping completely into a world completely devoid of light. Although deprived of visual capability, the process of his personal development was not interrupted. Bocelli proactively self-taught the method of reading sheet music using the Braille system intended for the blind, and continued maintaining the practice of playing the piano. Simultaneously, he refused overprotective measures from the family, continuing to participate in risky physical activities such as long-distance cycling and horseback riding, demonstrating an independent spirit and high self-confidence. The first public performance activity took place at the age of 14 when he participated in and won a village-scale singing contest organized within the framework of the Margarita d'Oro event in Vario, with the performance item of the song O Sole Mio. This initial achievement marked a practical stepping stone, affirming his vocal capability before stepping into higher secondary education levels and orienting toward the legal field, a low note in law. After completing the high school education program, Andrea Bocelli made the decision to continue his formal academic path by registering to study at the University of Pisa to research the specialized field of law. The multi-year university study process required a large financial investment. To be completely financially autonomous throughout the student period, Bocelli actively participated in the nighttime artistic labor market in the city of Pisa and surrounding areas. His main livelihood activity during this period was performing the piano and singing classic musical pieces at small bars, tea rooms, and dimly lit nighttime entertainment spaces. These locations played the role of a live music practice environment with high intensity. Musical pieces from classic Italian and international authors were flexibly conveyed by him through piano sounds, creating a highlight, attracting a large quantity of regular guests visiting every week. Maintaining nighttime work parallel to going to day lecture halls created heavy workload pressures demanding strict personal discipline and enduring stamina. An important milestone in personal life took place in 1987. During an evening performance at a bar, Bocelli met Enrica Cenzati, a local young woman. Through the process of contact and getting acquainted, they established a long-term attached relationship. By June 1992, the couple officially organized a wedding ceremony establishing their own family, during the period when his music career began having its first important transformations. This marriage successively welcomed the birth of two sons, Amos and Matteo, creating a stable rear base for subsequent high-travel intensity artistic activities. Parallel to family life and nighttime artistic activities, Bocelli fully completed the academic requirements of the law faculty at the University of Pisa, receiving a Bachelor of Laws diploma and having to undergo the professional internship period according to national legal regulations. According to information reported in the newspaper La Repubblica, he spent a full year working at a law office in the capacity of a court-appointed lawyer, legally representing litigants in minor civil and criminal cases. This work included researching complex case files, drafting legal documents, participating in direct litigation, working sessions before the panel of judges, and resolving practical legal disputes. The working environment at judicial agencies required sharp logical thinking, absolute accuracy, and a rigorous working attitude, shaping a characteristic calm demeanor throughout his entire later career. Although completing all procedures and possessing sufficient legal conditions to pursue a long-term law career, Bocelli perceived that the intense attraction of music still dominated absolutely within his inner self. Practicing law took place only within a brief period of time before professional opportunities in the vocal field officially opened up in the early 1990s. A global turning point. In 1992, Italian rock artist Zucchero was working on a song titled Miserere and needed a tenor to record a demo to send to Luciano Pavarotti. Andrea Bocelli was invited to participate in experimental recording in the capacity of a temporary replacement. When Luciano Pavarotti heard the recording, the reaction from the veteran legendary singer changed the landscape. Instead of recording himself as planned, Pavarotti requested Zucchero to keep the unknown voice and affirmed that the work must be executed together with Bocelli. Recognition from the opera symbol opened the door, stepping into the professional music industry. In 1993, Bocelli participated in a European tour with Zucchero, appearing on major stages and directly presenting the solo segment in the work Nessun Dorma. This presence attracted producer Caterina Caselli. An official contract was signed with the Sugar Music record label in Milan, creating a solid foundation for subsequent products. In December of the same year, Bocelli competed in the new artist subcategory of the Sanremo Music Festival event with the song Miserere, and won with the highest score ever recorded in the category's history. Weeks later, he executed his classical music debut at the Teatro Valli Theatre in Reggio Emilia. 1 year later, Bocelli appeared at the Sanremo Music Festival, competing in the official category intended for renowned artists. With the performance of the song Il mare calmo della sera, he won first prize, establishing a consecutive winning record. This work became the backbone axis for the debut studio album. Within just a few weeks, the album climbed straight into the top 10 of the Italian charts and achieved platinum certification regarding commercial sales. The same year, he participated in a tour with pop female singer Gerardina Trovato, aimed at expanding the audience demographic without losing his classical vocal identity. In September 1994, Bocelli appeared beside Luciano Pavarotti at the annual charity program Pavarotti International Charity Concert, organized in Modena, presenting the performance item Mattinata and singing a duet together with the person who discovered his potential. This period also recorded his first professional opera debut with the role of Macduff in Giuseppe Verdi's opera Macbeth at the Teatro Verdi in Pisa. The transition between popular music and traditional opera art consolidated professional prestige before the public and international critics. The career globalization turning point took place in 1996 through the album project Viaggio Italiano and collaboration with British soprano female artist Sarah Brightman. After hearing the song Con te partirò played at a restaurant, Sarah Brightman proactively contacted to execute a remixed version in the form of a duet named Time to Say Goodbye, recorded together with the London Symphony Orchestra. This single claimed the champion position on the German charts for 14 consecutive weeks, breaking all previous records regarding foreign language record sales in the European market. In 1998, Andrea Bocelli had a debut concert performance in the United States at the Kennedy Center in Washington, appeared at the White House, and received many global awards without needing to change his musical approach method. The parallelism between classic opera roles and mass products helped him shape a solid position in the world music village. Radiant glory and broad influence simultaneously pulled him into harsh public attention focal points. When fame touched its peak, stressful political tests, moral controversies, and fierce media storms began surrounding him, demanding steel resolve from an artist who always chose calmness as a shield. Turbulence amidst the stream of fame. At the end of 2016, the time when Donald Trump prepared to step into the inauguration ceremony of the President of the United States, widely spread information stated that Andrea Bocelli received an invitation to perform at this ceremony. Backstage sources recorded that Donald Trump was originally a longtime admirer of Bocelli's voice, having invited him to perform at the Mar-a-Lago resort and directly putting forward an offer after a concert at Madison Square Garden. This information immediately encountered fierce reactions from a section of the public and international fans. Social media platforms exploded with waves of criticism, disappointment, alongside campaigns calling for boycotts of his music products. Pressure from public opinion turned a pure performance invitation into a tense political test for the artist. Facing continuous reactions from the online community, sources stated that the male artist decided to proactively withdraw from the performance plan. Several other sources also suggested that the organizing side advised Bocelli not to continue participating in order to avoid unnecessary harms to the relationship with the audience. Bocelli completely kept silence, not giving out any confrontational statements or public explanations. Avoiding direct conflict helped the matter gradually subside, demonstrating self-protection through silence in art. 3 years later, in 2019, Andrea Bocelli's name continued appearing in a deeper legal and moral controversy related to colleagues in the opera industry. More than 20 women stood up to accuse Spanish opera tenor Placido Domingo of wrongful behaviors spanning across many decades. Consequences from the accusations forced Domingo to resign from leadership at Los Angeles Opera and resulted in the cancellation of a series of performance schedules in the United States. Amidst the boycott wave from many international artistic institutions, Andrea Bocelli was among the rare artists publicly speaking up to defend his longtime colleague. In an exclusive interview with the Associated Press news agency, Bocelli expressed surprise and deep concern before Domingo's situation, simultaneously posing questions regarding how the moral evaluation system applies to an artist before an official legal verdict exists. He expressed his personal viewpoint via the declaration, "I feel this situation makes me worried not only for him, but also for myself and others in this field, when a mere accusation can terminate a career overnight before any legal determination exists." The tenor established a clear boundary between personal behavior and artistic value, affirming that unless an individual is convicted of committing a crime before a court, unjudged accusations should not dictate their artistic performance qualification. He put forward arguments that human cultural history records many artists with complex personal lives, but the value of their works still exists independently. These statements immediately created a strong wave of controversy, with contrasting opinion streams from the public. A section of viewers highly appreciated his straightforwardness and legal mindset, while many others criticized that this argument ignored the voices of victims. With inherent calmness and resolve before media storms or public opinion controversies, Andrea Bocelli always knew how to overcome all turbulence through moderation and steadfastness. Setting aside outside pressures, the tenor's private world returned to complete peace beside his family in the Tuscany countryside, along with the fire of music that never went out. That very solid foundation nourished a legend continuing to rise to new heights, imprinting deep marks through a massive legacy and global shaking milestones. Peak of glory and legacy. Besides fluctuations on the international arena, Andrea Bocelli's personal life maintained stability through a long-term attached relationship with Veronica Berti. The meeting between the two took place in 2002 at a party on a rainy evening when Veronica was 18 years old, where her accidental singing at the piano room caught the tenor's attention. The couple lived together for many years before formalizing their relationship with a wedding ceremony in March 2014 at the Montenero Sanctuary in Livorno, Italy, right on the occasion of the second birthday of their shared daughter, Virginia. Besides the role of life partner, Veronica Berti also undertook managing career work for Bocelli, holding the position of vice president of the Andrea Bocelli Foundation, and directly producing special programs, along with documentaries like The Journey, recording a journey across Italy on horseback, combining music with guest artists. Family bonding continued to expand into the artistic field, as his children step-by-step participated in joint music projects. Son Matteo and daughter Virginia together participated in performing in the holiday album A Family Christmas, as well as the special television program Christmas, with Andrea Bocelli and Friends. The main living space of the family was located at Villa Alpamare, a pink-colored coastal villa in Tuscany acquired in the late 1990s and undergoing a comprehensive restoration process to become a living and working space, possessing a personal recording studio and welcoming friends. The peak of media attention returned when Andrea Bocelli's name once again dominated global news headlines. At the age of 67, the tenor was announced as the main performing artist at the draw event of the 2026 FIFA World Cup final round, taking place on December 5, 2025, at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in the capital, Washington, D.C. This event gathered many big names in international entertainment and sports, including female actress Nicole Scherzinger, music superstar Robbie Williams, disco icons, village people, along with prominent sports figures, acting as draw assistants such as Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, and Wayne Gretzky. Bocelli's appearance in a sports event carrying planetary stature affirmed the timeless appeal of the Italian opera voice, reaffirming the capability to combine classical music and the planet's largest mass events. Throughout a multi-decade spanning career journey, statistical figures recorded Andrea Bocelli's massive musical legacy with over 15 official studio albums, total hard record sales exceeding the milestone of 75 million copies globally, alongside an estimated fortune reaching $100 million as of 2025. Possessing the status of one of the most successful tenors in modern music history, the male artist never pursued ostentation or media attention tricks. Instead, his career was built upon the foundation of strict discipline, artistic patience, and the capability to convey raw emotions through every melody. The journey from the eternal darkness of a Tuscany boy to the brightest halo lights in the world is not only a story about talent, but also an epic about human, resilient will. Andrea Bocelli proved that when eyes cannot see light, music can become a lighthouse, illuminating millions of souls. Throughout resounding successes, historical incidents up to decisions standing firm before media storms, he still preserved completely a calm state of mind, taking art and love as his compass. When his melodies echo on the planet's largest stages, it is not merely music, but a miraculous connection between generations and cultures. Thank you for accompanying us in today's video. If you find this content good and meaningful, please press like, share the video to relatives and friends, and do not forget to press subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on notification bells so as not to miss the next attractive stories.